Well, it's another one of those extended breaks, but I am back now, so let's do this. Man, before I get into this, like, it's pretty much like the summer now and all that stuff. Not my favorite time of the year, not at all. You know, got like allergies and stuff. It's just gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a brutal 3 or 4 months or whatever. So that kind of sucks. But this does not. This box, this reason why we're here today. So, anyways, this here, I forget when I ordered these, but it was not during the last Nike sale, because at the time I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any shoes right now, because I was trying to save some money, see how some other things played out, make sure I have enough money for things that actually matter. And then later I was like, well, you know what, all that stuff is taken care of, plane tickets are purchased, time for a little gift for myself, not that the vacation isn't, but this more so. So I went back to the website, made a little order, and here we are 7 to 10 business days later, that guy over there, and I have this here Nike box, right? Because as you saw, that was a Nike box, and what else would be inside than this? But what's in here? That's the question. Well, I guess it's really not a question, because if you, unless you just blindly clicked on this without reading the title, which I don't know is possible, then you don't know what's in here. But if you did read the title or saw a thumbnail, you know what we're getting into, so let's get into it. Oh, well, look at that. Yes. So, this right here, this is the Air Safari, right? What colorway is this? Let's see about that. It is emerald green. This is the emerald green Air Safari. You know, these have been in stock for a while, a long while, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted them or not, because they had a couple colors and I was just not sure which route I wanted to take on these. And as some of you may remember, if you've been watching for a while, you've seen another pair, but this one, actually got those right here. So you may have seen this pair, right? So let's just let's get into these, start this review here. So again, emerald green Air Safari, turn the box around here, SE. I'm not sure what the story behind these was or anything like that, but I like safari print, right? So when I see it on shoes, it's kind of hard to turn away. It really is. So initially, I liked these a little bit more, but I saw these and I also wanted these too. And so here we are. So coming across the bottom here, right, across this midsole, I'm not sure what exactly it is. It's nothing like super cushiony or anything like that. It is solid though. It almost looks like what's on the bottom of those Roches? I was never sure how to pronounce that word, but I think a lot of you guys know what shoe I'm talking about. Kind of reminds me of that, just because it's just like a thick white something or other. It looks like a marshmallow in a sense. But there's that, whatever midsole that is. Then across the bottom, this down here, that I do like. It's a nice touch. I like that little pop of the green with the white, the black, and the black on the outer part there too. So nothing really fancy about it. I mean, when you look at this shoe, I spent, let's see, I spent like $80 on it. Retail being $120. So it's kind of one of those shoes where like the quality of the materials isn't to be expected, or you wouldn't expect it to be very high, right? But you do want something pretty decent when you're still spending like over $100 on something. And so these materials so far, they seem nice, just nothing amazing that you'd, write home and brag to your friends about. So moving past that, you got this black part here, which is not quite as soft as this. It's decent, but I'm not sure what that is. I mean, that seems to just be where the insole is. But past that, even further up, I'm not sure what's going on with this dual sole thing, because that's not really like a standard thing to have, but whatever, it is what it is. It doesn't really take away, and if anything, I think it makes the shoe look better, because if this was just white all the way up, I just think it'd be a little too much. And having the black here gives it it kind of helps stand out with the dots and the swoosh and the other dots. So I think it's the right move personally. It just seems weird in a sense. Anyways, then you got, of course, the safari print on the back, on the front, and on this material here that's not really. It feels like, I don't know. It has a weird, very cheap feel to it. Like, I don't know, kind of like a paper bag that you'd feel like or find in like a grocery store. If they're still using paper bags, I'm not really sure, but it kind of feels like that, honestly, just thicker, you know. And then on here, on this orange part, this is surprisingly soft. Like, I mean, as I'm pressing on here, you can kind of tell like it's kind of wrinkles up just a little bit, so it's probably gonna crease like you wouldn't believe. But actually, even just now from touching on it, it feels like it's a bit. Oh, actually, no, that kind of came out once you like move the shoe around. But anyways, it feels like as you wear these, they're probably gonna crease a fair amount. But I mean, it's one of those things where you can't really think about that too much, because how much does it really matter? I mean, it's a pair of shoes. They're on your feet. If you're walking around in them, it's gonna happen. If you're working out in them, it's gonna happen. Unless they're sitting in the box in that closet, it's going to happen. So you just go with it, you know? They're not gonna be pristine forever. Past that, this part of that's goes along with the laces. It's not the same material. It just looks like the same material because it's a lot sturdier than this leatherish stuff that you find on the yellow part. So that, not sure what it is. It's soft though, it's very soft. So I do like the feel of it. Overall, all the materials on this upper part, it's hard to describe them because they all feel so different, so weird to me. You know, I'm not sure what's going on there. And then past that, you know, you got some standard white laces, which are pretty nice. The typical flat style, like you find in a lot of the older style Air Max and things like that. And then Air Safari on the top of the tongue there. Kind of hard to see because of the laces being all in the way. Air Safari, just take my word for it. It's in there. You probably saw a glimpse of it with the blue square. Why they went with that blue? I mean, it's not anywhere else on the shoe. So it's kind of an odd choice of a color to use. It's not a bad color. It just seems a little weird. But again, I know that the Safari has been around for a while, so maybe that's something similar to one of the older ones. I don't always do a whole lot of research as to why the shoes look the way they look or why they're called what they're called. But maybe I should. But I just like to take them for what they are, because at the end of the day, I'm really just buying them largely for the looks. It's like, if it looks cool and it seems like it's going to be pretty comfortable, and I actually know that these are because I have this pair here, I'm good. I'm sold. And then past that, the insole, or not inside anyway, just your typical white shoe there. Not super soft, but looks like it's going to be pretty decent. It'll likely get fairly messed up because I'm one of those black sock guys, so I'm sure that'll kind of, if it rubs off at all on here, we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, oh, also with the tongue, you can kind of see there that the material, it's even another variance from the rest of the shoe. It just keeps getting a little different. This feels like a worn out tennis ball though, which I feel like that's the same way I described this. So looking at both of these, gotta be careful because I didn't clean these off before I took them out, and I don't like to get my hands all super nasty. So looking at these here, I mean, there's a lot of similarities, but you can see kind of that the upper on this around the toe box is like that cloth. This is more like the leather, and then even on the back, this has something of like a suede type of style. Like, it's probably closer to nubuck because it's not really acting like suede when you rub your hands across it. It's just got a different feel. Whereas this on the back side has just the safari print. So there are a few similarities on here, and when I say few, I mean very few. So looking at these like this, The top one, right? It's got across the bottom. It had the multicolored bottoms. This does not. And then another thing with these is just that it's really like this green part here is all just that green. Here it has the dots again, but this has the dots on the back. This one does not. So there's a few similarities here. From a distance, you might not initially think it to be the same shoe, but it actually is. Which one I like more? I'm honestly not sure, because I really like the green and like the different materials on this one, but in a way I like these colors more. So it's kind of a toss-up. But yeah, so either way, like I'm pretty sure both of these are still well stocked in a lot of sizes. And like I said, the retail was $120, but they're going for close to 80, I think like 85 or so on Nike.com. And I did see a lot of them in stock on sneakers. Not sneakers, Foot Locker and stuff too. So definitely worth checking out. But now the important part, the sizing part. Gotta throw these guys on and get a refresher on how they feel, how they fit, how they look, all that stuff. So give me a moment, and I will be right back. These right here, just tried them on. It's now time to let the videos be over here. And yeah, so they do have a slim, not a slim, but like a pretty snug fit to me. But personally, I kind of prefer that. And I just tried this pair back on again. I forget what that colorway title was. The Flynt Greys. I just tried the Flynt Grey pair back on too, just to do a little comparison. These do feel like they're a little looser, but I've also worn these, so that's a huge factor to consider. But ultimately, once I did wear some thinner socks in these just to put them on and see how they fit both ways and everything, and they do feel a little more comfortable with the thinner socks. But I would say ultimately go true to size, but your normal sizes for buying, your average Nike shoe. To me, I'd compare the fit of these to, I'd say maybe like an Air Max 1 or, because I haven't worn any 90s lately. But, well, other than the review I did, but I'd say the fit of these was similar to like an Air Max 1 as far as sizing and all that stuff goes. So basically stick with whatever your general Air Max size is, because these are a similar style. Go with that for these, which for me is true to size. So if that is for you too, there you go. Past that though, walking around in them, I do like the way they look on feet and everything. It's still hard to say what the final verdict is between this pair and the others, between the emerald greens and the Flynt Greys. But oh man, I have both of them, so I guess I don't need to pick. But I like them. I definitely suggest them, especially for the price that they're going on right now. I got these after the fact, so still I was able to use like a 10% off thing. Got them for like 70 something shipped, which is nice. One thing I did notice, and because all the shoes that I bought lately have mostly been sent here, but I did buy a pair for my brother. Those Bread 4s? Like, yeah, you guys, nothing against those, but you can have that. It's just not for me. I bought those, had them sent to my mom's house, had to pay taxes on them. I kind of forget that that's a thing, honestly. So your best bet might be to find them in I think Foot Locker or Champs had these in stock. So maybe find them there, so that way you can just buy them in store and not have to pay shipping and taxes. And if anything, you probably can get a bigger discount by using like some $10 or $20 off thing. So just something to consider if you're trying to save a little bit of money, which most people are. So past that, these right here, very, very solid shoe, very solid. Can't say enough good things about them. And I do see that they do have a little bit of character going on in here now that I've actually worn them a little bit. But it's fine. It's shoes. It's gonna happen. So there you go. All in all, nice shoe, true to size fit. they look pretty good and everything, and they have these two colors, and they have one other one that I'm not a huge fan of. And we do want to give a, not necessarily a shout out or a thank you or anything. Maybe it's a thank. I think falls closer to the thank you category. Mr. Z Benden, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right still, but I saw his picture of this pair on Instagram a while ago, and I said something about it, and he's like, yeah, I saw your video before, like around the time I was thinking about buying them. So that's always a cool thing to me, you know. So it was actually like me seeing them repeatedly in his pictures that made me want to get these. So I guess now we've come full circle, perhaps. I don't know how that works. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I don't have anything else coming too soon. Well, so Mom did get to the post office, dropped off some shoes for me. She said she was out on her way to the post office. I should probably ask her if she actually made it, because the lady gets distracted sometimes. You know what happens. So I should probably see if she's got some actual tracking numbers so we have some true evidence. But I'll tackle that in a half an hour. So that's going to be it for me until some other stuff arrives. Though I am considering doing a part 2 review. A little bit of a follow-up thing. So if I do, that'll be up and probably not tomorrow. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow, but if I post the video on Thursday, this is your preview of me posting that video. Not anything in this being the preview, but me saying that it's gonna happen. So there you have it. Once again, this guy right here, this is the Emerald Green Air Safari SE. Man, they're nice. They are nice. Get a good shot of that. Alright, so there you go. Have a nice rest of your day or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And if you're one of those comment type guys, for no real reason other than the fact that I'm wearing this shirt, go on and down in there and say what your favorite Blink 182 song is, or if you don't listen to the band, say, I don't know, your favorite song by somebody else. Alright, bye.